Alright, what is good YouTube? In this video, I'm going to give you a step-by-step rundown on how you can create Facebook ads for your martial arts school. Basically, I'm going to go into CapCut and create a campaign myself for a client, for a campaign for martial arts classes for adults and teenagers. And I'm basically gonna run you through everything on how to do everything step by step, literally click by click, so you can't basically do anything wrong. And if you have any questions about this process, leave them in the comments. Now, without further ado, I don't really want to talk about anything else in this video. Straight up gonna dive into the clip, which I've basically recorded on my computer, and I'll see you in there. Alright, so welcome to the clip in which I'm going to explain to you how to create Facebook ads for your martial arts school. Without further ado, let's straight up dive into everything. So what you need is CapCut, the desktop version on your computer, and then you open it up. Don't worry, you don't have to be familiar with this. And then what you need next is obviously a text that you can put into the background of your video. Before we start, actually, what I'm going to cut into right now is the final result of the ad that we're going to create. So without further ado, let me cut this in right now.
Hey teens and adults in Logan and surrounding areas. Are you looking for the perfect activity for your free time that will not only get you in shape, but also teach you how to defend yourself? You should try our martial arts programs. We are currently giving out vouchers for a free trial class. Yes, you heard that right. Your first class is completely free. If you want to try it out, click sign up to get started today.
And as you saw, this is the final result. Now, what you need beforehand, by the way, I'm cutting this in before even having edited this myself, so I don't know, maybe it was complete shit that you just saw or whatever. But anyways, what you need next basically are raw clips of people training in your gym. I don't know, this can be anything. And obviously, you first of all need to decide for what type of demographic you want to do this ad. Now, we're gonna target teens and adults in this ad. So I've just searched up a bunch of clips here that I got from a client that we can use for this. And then what you basically do is that you also need like a text that you can use in the background that you was just hearing a second ago, hopefully, that was similar to this one. It says like, hey teens and adults in Logan, blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to read it out. If you can pause here. Now, obviously, don't just copy and paste this. Ideally, you get your own text here. You can copy the concept, for example. Try to be a little creative here yourself, and then you're gonna pass this into a thing called TikTok voicegenerator.com. I'm not gonna put the link for this in the description. It's called TikTok voicegenerator.com. Super simple to search for. You pass this in here. Now you can see this is a little too long, so what we do, we just cut out a bit of it. Let me just do it like this. We just cut out this part. We select the female voice. We click on generate, and then we just do it again with the last part of it. And then we basically have that, and we basically have that right here as well. Now, let me close this off for now. Let's then get back into CapCut. Now, once you've downloaded those two clips and the raw material videos, you're just going to click on, there's a big button here that says import, and then you're just going to import all of that inside of here, inside of CapCut. Now, you also need some emojis later on, but I'm going to show you, well, actually, I'm actually going to show you right now how you can get those. You go to, I don't know if it's this page, no, it's not, emoji, you just search up like emoji download, whatever, and you just click on this page. It's called like emoji.aranya.com. Actually, I'm going to put all of the links in the description, to be honest, just to make it easier for you. And then you can basically search whatever emoji you need on here and then like click on download. That's that. Now, what you then need next would be a background sound. I've downloaded like Yeet instrumental here. What you do is you just search up like on YouTube some instrumental sound, and you just search YouTube MP3 downloader. You just search it up. I can put you this one like also in the description. You put it on here and download the MP3 version, and you put this into CapCut as well, although this will be important only at the end of the video. Now, let's straight up dive into everything. So what we're going to start with is just putting now, first of all, before we start with anything, let's make sure we do have the right ratio here. So let's drag like a clip in here. Let's select as the ratio 16.9. But 9.16, sorry. Then you might have to adapt this a little bit here and there, but it's fine. You should be able to do this. Now, I always like to see how long the voice is, so kind of that we can see once, all right, how long is the actual clip going to be? And as you can see in this clip, it's going to be, well, if we cut everything out, which I'm going to show you in just a second, around 25 seconds long. So the ad is going to have a length of a total of 25 seconds. The first thing that we're going to do now is basically cut everything together here. So we just select everything step by step, make it full screen, and then you need to make sure like you select the right ratio here. Basically, let's maybe not shake her back. Let's maybe like this. See how does this look? Yep, that's good. And then you're just gonna cut every clip in for like a second, half a second, whatsoever. And then you're just gonna do that with a bunch of clips. Now that's the first task, basically drag clips in here. Make sure to always put the volume of those completely down. You click on audio and then volume 0. Let me make sure I do this for these two as well. 0. Or you can just do this at the end. And then, yeah, you just take a bunch of clips and then you cut them together, kind of like this, which I'm going to give you a shortcut of now. And I'm going to see you once I've cut in all of the clips together. All right, and once you've put all of the clips together, what you're going to do is that it should look something like this. In my case, I think it's a little too short. It's like only 22 seconds long, something like that. But we'll see. You can always add clips later on. And then what you do next is that you basically color grade everything. I don't know if you can do this without CapCut Pro. If you can't, I just suggest you do this before you get the clips in here, or you just buy it. It's like, what, 10 euros, so like $15 per month, super cheap. I think you can even do like a 30-day trial. I might be wrong here. Anyways, no affiliate link in the description, stuff like that, don't worry. I always like to put this maybe a little down, then see me put this down a bit, slightly up, still not put this down, only maybe like this much. I'll play around with the contrast here. Highlights can be down a little bit. Shadows should be good. Like, you just have to see yourself how you like it. Like, this also comes a little bit down to personal preference and what you think works best. And now we don't want to get our emotions too involved into business, but so it sometimes is. Put this to a 2, and then let's see how this looks. I don't like this up here yet. Let me put this back like this. Let me see this full screen. It does look good. Let me just try to apply. And then you just click on apply to all, basically, and it's basically applied to every single clip. Yep, that looks alright. And then you take the audio files, you put them on here, basically, and then you just drag them together. And then you basically do one thing. You go to text, and then you go to, well, really what you can even do beforehand already is that you just shorten it. So everything where you see that there's no sound, you just click on the audio file, click on Command B, at least this is how it is on a Mac, and then you just delete it, and then you basically drag it back into the beginning, and you basically do that for every single part. So here, for example, where there's no speaking. Alright, and basically once you have all of that done, as you can see, I've added some clips, and this looks like this down here. So there's no empty space anymore where there's no speaking. You click on, first you can drag the audio actually down a little bit, like -3, just so that there are no red parts anymore inside of the audio. And then you just click on text, and then you click on auto captions, generate, and then you wait for a second. Once that has been done, you're going to split them up, and we're now going to start working on the captions, which is probably going to take us quite some time. So let's better get started with it. First of all, you have to select the right font. And I always use for my captions the font, the bold font, bold. You can download it under the font.com. Link is going to be in the description, and it's called the bold font on here. You click on download. I don't know how you directly insert this into CapCut. This depends on if you have a Mac or an Android, but just search up on YouTube, how do I insert fonts into CapCut, Mac, Windows, whatever it is for you, and then you'll see how to do this, and you can basically select it on here. This may be a little complicated, but I have full faith in you that you're going to be able to do this. And then you just drag this a little more into the middle, just like this. Make it maybe like this, put it up to 20, and then you're gonna use this one for now. And then you click onto captions on here, and you want to always have like I would say 2 to 4 words instead of one row, so to speak. So we would split this up: hey teens and adults, in Logan and surrounding areas. Then you just have to make sure that it's always looking right. Let me turn my sound off for now. And then you can basically also click onto text back, click delete, apply to all. And then what you want to do is basically press like enter here, just so you have like everything in the right row, so to speak. All right, and basically once everything looks like this, so that everything, like the font is properly set, then the boring part comes where you have to split every single word to get these yellow words in here. So you just select the part, then you have to make sure that you only cut out the hey, and then you cut out like every single word singularly. Like you have to make sure, right, the hey ends here, and then the teens ends here. Adults starts, for example, here. So and you just basically do that for every single word. It's a bit boring, but I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna see you in just a second. And by the way, here and there may be a little cut off, so the auto captions are not perfect, so you have to drag them a little back or forward, the caption themselves, like down here as well, because the text to speak is not always accurate, but you should be able to get this done. Alright, and once you're done with that, your video should look similar to this one, kind of in terms of the text on top. And then what you basically want to do next is that you just want to select each text manually, like each single one, and you just select the word that you're kind of having on your hand, so to speak. You just select the yellow font, and you just make everything onto 24, and you just do that basically for every single word. So there you select the first one, then you select the second one, and then you do this for every single word, just this way, like when the word is being said, like every single word is basically being capitalized, so to speak, in a yellow font. And then I'll see you once I'm done with that. Alright, now once you're done with that, your video should look something like this, where whenever the speaker is saying something, it's basically popping up in this yellow font. And then what you're going to do afterwards is you're going to click back to import, and now we're going to need the emojis and the other stuff. Well, what do we do first? I'd say let's real quick add the sound in the background. So you just drag it down here. You just select the part that you want to use. For me, this would be that part right here. Yeah, and then you just drag this up here down to 36. Yep, and then I would just suggest you just listen to it a couple of times with your eyes closed, for example, and see if you can hear everything properly. And then you cut out the end of it, obviously. So let's give the text some animations now. I usually use the zoom in one a lot, so kind of for the first text, for example, it looks good. And then like just here and there, when there's like a new sentence, I like to use it. Basically, you then just have to play around and see like what looks good, what doesn't look good, and then you should basically get a good feeling for what you're gonna use and what you're not gonna use. Anyways, that's basically it with the text. Now we're gonna add some emojis inside of here. So let's start with the beginning. I don't know, do I have this downloaded already? I don't, so we can go back to the emoji download thing, and then you just search for the waving hand. We're gonna download this, and we're gonna drag it right on here. We're gonna drag this right in the beginning, and then you just have to kind of cut the emoji to it a little bit. Let's just cut it a little slower, pull it down, adjust it properly. And then I always use for the emoji the combo animations, and then I only use mostly zoom 1 and zoom 2. Then one thing I forgot though, for the speaker, I would say put the normalize voice loudness on there and reduce noise and voice isolation, although this is just for pro. You can basically just put off the emojis in here. You use the zoom in, zoom 2, zoom 1, zoom 2 animation, or combo rather. You can obviously use other ones as well, get creative here, and then I'll see you once I'm done with that. Alright, and once you've basically added all of your emojis on here, make sure CapCut is not lagging like it does for me right now. Oh no, does it? I don't know if it does. I think it kind of. Anyways, yeah, once you've done that, you basically need to do only one more thing, and that is to go to audio on here, and you search for whoosh. I don't know, do you write it like this? Yes, whoosh sound. And then you select this one, whoosh, and then you basically put this under each of the emojis so that they have like a little sound behind them. Let me show you how to do this as well. Select this, you make this, cut this a little bit out like this maybe, put it on here, put the volume to -15. Let me see how this sounds. Sounds good. And then you just copy this and you basically paste this in the beginning of every single emoji. Make sure you always listen back to it just to make sure that the whoosh sounds on the right spot. Alright, and once you're done with that, your video is basically complete. I suggest you watch it back and forth a couple of times and see if it's really working for you, see if there are any mistakes. And if you found this helpful, obviously leave a like, but more importantly, if you want more students for your school, check out the first link in the description. And if you have any video suggestions, let me know, and I'll see you in the next one. No, by the way, before I do that, I'm not gonna re-record this. I'm just gonna leave it as it is because I'm an unprofessional guy. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, although if you watch this YouTube video, you may actually think that I'm unprofessional. Whatever. It's not the first thing in the description. It's gonna be like the fourth link in the description, whatever. Like you'll find it if you open the description. Anyways, have a wonderful day. I'll speak to you soon.